2. Oh, wait, we're live. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Greg.
Beer analysis.
You going to interrupt me, Greg? Greg?
I said, hi, Nick.
Hi, Greg.
I did it. Hi, Nick.
Beer Analysis 101 with your host, me, Maxwell Starr, and we're doing Tuborg Gold tonight. Ooh, boy.
Champagne and beers.
Copenhagen's finest. Alrighty. 5.5% ABV. Let's get over to the panel that we have with us tonight, starting with Mr. Ashley Sexton. How you doing tonight, Ash?
What's up? Doing fine. Just got in from a day of back to work.
Nice.
Don't have people in my store yet, but just saw a bunch of wretched human beings walking around the mall. And I'm not looking forward to tomorrow or Friday.
About me that way.
So what was it like? You had to get the store prepared, like put up like those plastic walls, shit.
No, we're not doing that. But it's been 3 months, so there's a lot of product change, like price changes, and there's a lot of administrative stuff, and policy changes, and schedules, and this and that. It's just a whole bunch of shit. So one more day tomorrow, and then I'm looking at human beings on Friday.
Nice. You poor soul. Alrighty, let's move over to another human being. We've got Redbeard here with us tonight. He has to work later. It's a good thing your work is downstairs.
What's up?
What's going on, Redbeard? How you doing tonight? Great.
Easy there, Chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Always fun. Love you guys.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, dude. I know you hate that.
And Greg's here.
And Greg's here. Hi, Greg.
How are you, Nick?
Oh, thanks for asking. It's my turn to ask you that. What's going on? How are you doing tonight? How's everything? How's the dog? How's the kids? How's the wife?
I'm good. I left the country today and went to Niagara Falls, and it was.
You left the country.
It was very empty. If anyone's really bored enough, I have footage of Niagara Falls. How there's nobody there, and nobody on Lundy's Lane, and I could have just parked right in front of Niagara Brewing Company and gone in there and bought some stuff, but I didn't because there's no good stouts to cuvee. So you must be saying, Greg, where did you go? I went to Counterpart, bought whatever they had. I didn't even know because I can't keep track of what they release. So I'm just like, one of everything. And then I went to Nickelbrook and got their new Session IPA and their new Double IPA. Not new, but new to me. And then I saw Ashley Sexton in the store, and I pointed out that there were cobwebs in front of his store, which I'm sure he's going to take care of before opening day because that would be humiliating. So otherwise, it was a good day. It's a good day. We had an outdoor lunch of Counterpart. We had their chicken sandwich and fries, fed some seagulls, and it was freaking delicious because their chicken sandwich is delicious, but it's expensive.
Cool. Yeah, and I'm also surprised. It must be warm out there. How come you're not on the balcony where it's even louder?
I was thinking about it, but my wife's doing some painting and shit, and she's got her shit all over out there, and I didn't feel like cleaning it up. And again, it's a little... thought I'd be in the slightly quieter indoors with the door open.
So. All right, then.
So considerate.
Yay. All right, let's get back over to me and say, hey, I'm doing fine, since Greg asked. Thank you very much. Might actually have to go to the office tomorrow, but hey, whatever. As long as I can get over the hangover in enough time. Let's get down. We'll read the comments here in a second. Let's go to... Actually, you know what? If you want to read the comments now before I get down to the history.
Sure.
We waited for you to start. Had a late start because we were.
Yeah, which I do appreciate. With my work schedules changed a little bit, so I get home a little bit later. Lee Russell just starts off the chat with "Bust a nut."
Ooh.
Then he's like, "Damn, kind of got this. Oh well, my week's been too sucky to pay attention to trivial beer matters." And then Basement is there, and he says, "Fuck sakes, I thought it was side launch wheat." And then I'm just reassuring Lee that his night's about to get so much more exciting. Anything is possible, he says. Basement says, "Call me. Too bad it wasn't a Modelo at Basement." And he says, "No bello." Oh, that one right. And Nick, you're in the chat. You've had issues with beer trivia, Lee. And Lee says, no bellow. The first place peace prize of loggers everywhere. And then we were just waiting on Greg at Maxwell Star. I have issues with fucking cheating asshole. Okay. All right. Someone try to Google the answers to trivia.
I don't know. Yeah, Ash, you get that reference. Something from BDU.
Yeah, I just piece things together. Lee's calling Greg Tuborg. And
Shots fired.
and Basement's making fun of me, calling me Wesley Sexton, complaining about
Oh, wow.
And then he's sorry, not sorry. Craig from Kent Beer Reviews is in the chat. Cheers, anal friends. Cheers, Craig. Cheers, Craig from Craig Tube says Basement. Hey, Kent Beer Review says Lee. And then Craig says, hey, at Lee, at Basement, at Sexton Brewing, but not at Greg or at Nick.
Wow.
Or at Carrie. So
Yeah.
It's a harsh
I get it. It's a slight.
there you go, guys.
Always watching the show on my fucking channel, even though none of us.
Wow.
So anyway, let's go over to the history on this thing so we can get it out of the way. Tuborg Gold. The origin of Tuborg can be traced to the 1690s to an inn located in Copenhagen, Denmark, owned by Jonas Thules. The name Tuborg is a shortened version of Tulsborg, which translates from Danish as Thules Castle. So Tulsborg, Tuborg, whatever. Over time, the name evolved to be used in several local place names within the Hellerup region of Copenhagen, Hellerup Harbor or something. In 1873, the Tuborg Brewery was founded by Philip W. Heyman along the harbor in Hellerup. The brewery began with a dark lager called Tuborg Red, and in 1880, their famous Tuborg Pilsner, aka the Tuborg Green, which Greg had a few weeks ago, was brewed for the first time. On every bottle of Heyman's personal model, and actually I don't even see it on this can, which is kind of funny, is printed on the side, still standard Tillebagen Gang. I don't even, I probably bastardized that pronunciation, but it basically means staying still is going backwards. The Tilla Gang Bang. All right, so professional. Originally serving the Danish market, Tuborg merged with the United Breweries in 1894 and entered into a profit-sharing agreement with Carlsberg in 1903, which expanded distribution greatly. During these years, Tuborg constructed a 26-meter-tall Tuborg beer bottle as their contribution to the 1888 Nordic expedition, commemorating Tuborg's achievement of being the first Danish brewery to market bottled beer, even though we're drinking it out of a can. The towering bottle of beer contained a hydraulic lift and an observation deck. After the exhibition, the bottle was moved back to Tuborg's headquarters in Hellerup, where it remained in operation next to a restaurant where you could get like a free go up to the top of the tower if you bought a beer kind of thing up until 1925. United Breweries was completely acquired by Carlsberg in 1970 and moved most beer production to Jutland in 1979. The last Tuborg beer was brewed in Hellerup in 1996. The bottle, though, still exists and was renovated in 2003, and it still stands near the site of the original brewery, which is now home to fashionable apartments, houses, and business offices. So it's just a random bottle wherever it used to be now. Today, Tuborg's beers are currently served in 72 countries. It has become very popular beer in Eastern Europe and has close ties, especially to Turkey, where a local subsidiary was founded in 1967. In 2008, Carlsberg sold off 95.6% of their Turkish brewery, Tuborg, to an Israeli-based central bottling company. Tuborg retained a license for brewing Carlsberg and Tuborg brands, including production for much of the international market. So check your cans. It was probably brewed in Turkey, which I thought was kind of neat. If you're looking, one of those people who wants to check off beers brewed in different countries, hey, we got a Turkish beer here. So other beers from Tuborg include, of course, Green, the Pilsner, their Tuborg Classic, which is their Vienna lager, the Red, dark lager. They have a black, which is a Munich Dunkel, Tuborg Fine Festival, which is an Imperial Pilsner, and they had a couple more, but I couldn't find more details than that. Tuborg's website literally only mentions one Tuborg beer, the green. There's no mention on their website of the gold. All right, so Tuborg Gold is a 5.5% ABV, 5.8 in some markets, pale lager brewed with 100% pure lager malt, whatever lager malt is. I'm assuming it's like Pilsner.
I was gonna call that out later,
Yeah.
but you go on.
Yeah. I'm just writing down what they said. Yeah, it's in their marketing material. So launched in 1895, Gold was originally brewed for export, but was popular in Denmark as well, where it has the nickname of the Golden Lady, stemming from a line of commercials in 1950 starring actress Annette Strøberg, which we're totally going to have to peep show her later in the show. Without further ado, let's any new comments there? I think just one here from Craig saying hi, panel.
Yeah, which that was it. But hi.
Nice save, Craig. Nice save.
All right, let's move on to Mr. Sexton and say, what's your history with this beer?
I used to drink a whole bunch of this actually. When I discovered the the Euro section of my LCBO about 10 years ago. This is like it was one of those Euro lagers. It was like 5.5%, so it had a little bit of a bump over some of the other ones. And if you're drinking on a dime, it sort of served its purpose quite well. I found that over time, I haven't bought this beer probably like a year and a half, 2 years or something like that. But from time to time, I'd just pick it up if I ever found myself in that Euro section. I just wanted something, stupid. I don't know. So, but yeah, I've had this quite a few times actually. I got.
Ooh.
I found this in like a secondhand shop for like $5. So I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, absolutely. It's too bad that none of the beer paraphernalia I have around my house. It's all Stella, Carlsberg, Labatt's. This, I can't find any good stuff. It's just. Anyways, so that's my history with Tuborg Gold.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Cool story, bro.
Word. All right, let's go over to Redbeard. What's your history with Le Tuborg?
I've had the green. I've had this one, but it's been a while since I've had either or, and I haven't had much. I think maybe like 2 cans possibly in the past of each, randomly just grabbing random shit at the LCBO, and that's my history with Tuborg beers. It's pretty goddamn exciting.
Yay. That really is exciting.
You know it, bitch. Fuck
okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
And how?
Indeed. Yeah.
All right.
Rock on.
Yeah. All right, let's go over to Greg. Greg, what's your history with Tuborg? You must have rated your Euro lager section of the LCBO.
Occasionally I get into a mood where I'm curious / cheap, and I'm just like, I'm going to buy a lot of these $2 a can lagers and just see how they are. And sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised. Sometimes I'm not. And I'm just curious because I have had this before. I had it on October 7th, 2017. And won't spoil my rating unless somebody wants to bother to look up my Untapped rating. Then it might be spoiled. But yeah, I've had it once before. I don't remember having it before, but Untapped doesn't lie. So unless you're a liar on Untapped, in which case. Yeah, I've had
a liar on Untapped. You mean like somebody who goes back and checks in all the beers that they've ever had and gets all the badges for it, even though they didn't drink them all in that rate.
No, it's not a lie if you've actually had it. It's also okay if you check in different vintages as long as you've had the vintages, but you can also cheat and do the vintage plus do sometimes some of the beers they have this is the beer main check-in page, but there's also vintages and you can cheat like that. It's not technically cheating when you're double untapping. It's only cheating when you're just like, oh yeah, I had all those Dark Lord beers that are so hard to get. Yeah, no, I had them all. This one's great. This one's also great. This one's great. Oh, by the way, guys, I have 9,000 unique check-ins because I've drank all that. Like that certain fella in Matt's video, if anyone wants to look that up. I think he's probably a liar or just a gigantic loser. But he'll remain unnamed, so no one knows who he is.
Right. All right. So I guess up next is my history with this. I presently have more cans of this beer in my house than I've ever drank. I think I've only ever had this once. I might have had it another time than that, but the only time I really remember having this is when I filmed it for my review back in 2014. My check-in on Untapped shows that I checked it in on, and I'll do a quick screen share. Checked it in on the 14th of June the 26th of June 2014, and I uploaded the review in February 2017 as review number 898. So yeah, I guess there is something to be said about me not uploading shit in a reasonable time frame.
Oh, shocking!
I didn't hate it. So looking at the ratings, and yes, Fuzz is wearing a suit there.
Wow, 4 thumbs down on that video.
Wow.
Really pissed some people off.
Actually, Fuzz is the lager boy, and he didn't really like it, but the rest of us, like 2.5 is a pass. I also wanted to do a screen share because I wanted to point this out, because this is Annette Stroyberg, and holy crap, wow.
Oh, that's nudity on Nick's channel. I saw butt crack.
Butt crack. Definitely nice to look at for the 50s.
Wow.
Shut up.
Yeah, these days she'd be just shunned and not even allowed to enter society. My God.
That hot women until Nick was born.
Anyway, yeah, she doesn't have enough big enough butt for today.
Wow.
My God.
What's the matter, Nick?
All right, let's move right along to back over to the comments. I'm gonna full screen you, Ash. Let's get Greg to stop talking.
Yep.
Yeah, Craig is saying that. Oh, let me just switch it to live chat. Craig from Camp Beer Review says he's never ever seen this here, only the green one. And it's funny because I see the green one a lot, and I don't think I've ever had it. Out of the Tuborg products that I see, it's just the gold and the green, and I've never had the green. So, yeah. But to circle back on when you're doing the history about it and you're describing the beer, like from the material, Tuborg Gold is brewed on pure lager malt. I don't know what they mean. I don't know how you brew on a malt that doesn't exist.
What the fuck is a lager malt?
I don't know.
I think that's the biggest thing. I'm gonna bring it back.
It has an inviting aroma of fruit, just fruit, and grain with notes of fennel. So if someone pulls out fennel on this, I'm calling bullshit. Fucking read it, liar.
What the fuck is fennel anyway?
It's an elegant beer with excellent balance between a dry richness, a certain liveliness, and a subtle hop character. Serve it with fish dishes and spicy recipes. Sorry, this is on Untapped. That's the commercial description on Untapped.
Oh boy.
But yeah, pure lager malt. If I had to guess, they're either referencing extract of some sort or they're referencing 6-row instead of 2-row grain. 6-row's used a lot for macro because it's cheaper than 2-row. And there's a certain chemistry to it. I don't know all the gist of it, but it pairs well with adjuncts like corn and rice. So if I had to guess, they're probably just brewing it with 6-row corn barley instead of 2-row, which is what most craft brewers would use. It's a nicer malt.
Huh.
So yeah, am I talking about my feelings, my perspective, my thoughts? Are we diving deep now?
Dive deep, Ashley Sexton.
Maxwell, Mr. Starr, Mr. Nick Starr.
Oh, Jesus, Nick. Guide us.
Oh, God. You have to rely on me for everything. You have to babysit.
Run the show, showmaster.
Yep, show. I'm writing down my thoughts while everybody was talking, but nobody's talking.
You can't just remember them?
So I enjoyed the aroma, actually, right after I cracked it. It sort of just, it just smelled like a generic lager. But it's been like 5-10 minutes since I cracked it. It's already warmed up a little bit. The aroma's changed on me. It's like, getting a little bit more of a metallic note to it, but I still get like a little bit of a, I guess what I would, quote unquote a hop presence of sorts. It's nothing crazy, but it smells a little bit better than a generic lager, but there is a sort of metallic minerality type of zippiness to the aroma. that I wouldn't say is pleasant, but it's not off-putting. It's just there. I always find those like metallic aromas and taste. They're just there. They don't really sway me to and fro.
Yeah, it really doesn't strike me much as metallic. Like there is a bit of metallic there, but it's like the hop, like any kind of normal hops you get out of a Euro lager, not present.
Yeah,
doesn't scream Euro lager to me.
So I mean, that's the
it's like malt liquor, but it's not quite that bad. Like, it doesn't taste like fucking corn.
No. For 5.5%, I actually taste the alcohol a little bit, which is really weird.
Maybe that's the fennel.
Maybe that's the fennel. Fuck, man. What do I know? It's pretty much everything that you expect from a lager, but it's got a pretty light body for it being 5.5. I mean, I would say it probably has a very similar body to like any 5 or 4.5, light lager.
Fennel is very sweet, like sweet, perfumey, anise-like.
Yeah. Doesn't it have like black licorice type of flavors to it as well? Fennel.
I don't think so.
I'm getting more and more of that as it warms up, actually. Like, kind of something in the finish. Maybe it's because I'm thinking of it or trying to reach for it. But I think it's something you have to stretch your mind for when you're drinking it. It's like it's there because you think it's there now.
Yeah. I don't get that. But I get it. It's an inoffensive, slightly bumped up lager. It finishes a little bit drier, which is nice. It doesn't come across as too sweet in my books. Fairly easy to drink. The body's relatively light, which is what you want in a lager. There's a little bit of an aroma, and the taste is pretty. I don't know. It's blah. It's a very blah beer, but for $2.20, 5.5%. And it's got a flashy can.
Big flashy can.
There you go, man.
That can.
Not wrong. It's got a flashy can.
So, I'll probably drink it again. I don't see why I wouldn't. It's not bad. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 for personal. Actually, what am I gonna do? You know what? For like Euro lager style, it actually sort of does. It does the trick. It sort of fits the bill. I'll give it a 7.5 for style. And that's mostly just because I don't get a lot of adjunct from it. Like I don't get a lot of like corn or anything like that. So yeah, we'll give it a nice 7.5 for style. And for personal preference, I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
There we go.
Fair. Great. Cash. All right, let's move over to Redbeard and see what you think. What are your opinions, sir?
I don't know. Not nearly as detailed as Ashley's. Agree the metallic kind of aroma coming off it, but I don't know. It's got just a very typical kind of macro European lager thing going on. It's nothing wrong with it. It's not really my style, but like on a hot summer day, nice and cold, nothing wrong at all. Once it warms up, it does kind of lose its okayness a little bit, I guess you'd say. I don't know. But style-wise, I'd probably give it like an 8. Seems like a pretty good example of what it is. And enjoyment, 7. I don't mind it.
All right. Well, that's fair. All right. Let's move over to Mr. Greg. What do you think of Tuborg?
I'm going to be even less detailed than Redbeard. I don't like this all that much. Yeah, I got the metallic when it was cold, so even I didn't enjoy it that much when it was cold, and now that it's warmed up a bit, I do get corn from it. Is there actually corn in this, or is this under the purity laws that it doesn't have corn in it?
Well, it's 100% pure lager malt, so I don't know. It is malted corn.
Something tells me they probably throw a few things of corn in there.
Yeah,
so
right. I think it's just malted barley, but still.
Yeah, I do get corn from it, regardless whether it's in there or not. So I don't love this. I rated this a 7.5 in 2017, and I mean, this isn't a terrible beer, but it's I don't see it getting rated a 7.5. That's just not what I'd go for. I don't know. As a style, what's this? A Euro lager style? Yes, Euro lager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, as a Euro lager, there's actually some pretty good Euro lagers out there. So I would say it's actually competitive style. So style, I'm going to go a 5. It's really not competitive over some other, even something like Heineken or something. It's not that competitive against. And personal enjoyment, I'm going to go like a 6.5 on it. Like I could definitely drink this on, a cold day, but it's not something I would ever see myself buying again if I. So I mean that 6.5 is probably a tad generous, but unless I had to buy this again, unless Nick is like, we got to do a Tuborg gold versus Tuborg green versus
Do a Tuborg gold re-examination.
yeah, like we're gonna have to re-review this once a year or something. Like unless I'm forced to buy this again, I don't ever see myself buying this again. It's really like I don't even remember what I paid for this, but really like there's a lot better Euro lagers out there, and a lot of them are surprisingly good, and this one is just kind of. I kind of wish it was worse because then it would be more fun to talk about. This is just mediocre.
I just want to kind of quickly say I kind of I like Greg's random idea of maybe doing an annual revisit of some weird stupid beer or something like that.
MGD, we should totally do MGD.
Why
Yes.
not? I'm down. I wasn't in the first one, I don't think. I'd be down.
We should do annual revisit
Yeah.
of beers we really like and beers we really hate.
I'd be down. I think that'd be really fun.
Maybe we should go back and redo like the very first beers that we did. What was
Why
the
not?
very first BA 101?
Coors Banquet.
Is it really?
That was the first. That was on Lee's channel though. That was
Yeah, it was on Lee's channel.
That was one of the first beer reviews I ever did on my channel as well.
What,
Yeah.
That's
Coors
pretty funny.
Banquet?
Yeah.
And oh dear God, did I overrate? I think I gave that like an 8 or something. Like
God.
there's no way it would score that high now.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right, so moving right along, let's go over to Moi because it's all about me, isn't it?
Yes.
All the time.
All day.
The taste comes off as slightly herbal metallic, but it's barely hoppy at all. Like it's any kind of discerning quality of being hopped with anything just is almost completely non-present. The flavor I get is there's a hint of molasses cookie. It's lightly sweet, caramel, brown bread. Like I mentioned before, if you're looking for the fennel in this, you're kind of stretching for it, but I guess I get a little bit of a like licorice in the finish. Other than that, like it is clean, it's inoffensive, it's not strongly hop, but it is pretty easy to drink. Like I'm sitting here with a little bit left in my glass, and I have 2 cans of this, so I might go grab the other one after this and drink it because it's not that bad. Like I actually wound up, despite it doesn't have very many redeeming qualities, it's serviceable, and I actually don't mind enjoying this. And you know what? The weirdest thing is that this thing is warming up now, so it's not quite room temperature, but it doesn't taste like shit warm. For a lager, that's getting bonus points for that. Still, for the style of a Euro lager, whenever I think of a Euro lager, like somebody mentioned Heineken better, yeah. Like Heineken or Grolsch or something. Those ones are kind of typically more skewed towards like being a true Pilsner. And I think even one place even called this a Pilsner, which is, no, it's not. No, that's the devolution of Pilsner right there. But at the same time, it's not bad. So I'm going to give it 6.5 out of the style, but I don't hate it. So I'm going to give it 6.5 overall.
There you go. That's the I don't hate it score.
That's I don't mind this. I would drink this if somebody handed me a can of this, or even if I just was looking for something to drink. I wouldn't be averse to buying it. There, that's my thoughts on it. All right, so I'm going to go back to Ash so you can read the rest of the comments, and I see that Mercy Veers and Jason Patton are in the comments. So welcome aboard.
Hi.
Wait,
where did I leave?
If I recall correctly, this beer is a Tuborg. Whackity schmackity doo.
And then Mersey Beers is in the chat. He says, "Evening, chaps." I said, cheers, Mersey. What you drinking? He's like, off the beer until Friday, unfortunately. Jason Patton's in there, says, hello, Maxwell Star, and everyone in the chat.
Hello.
I said, nothing unfortunate about that. Enjoy your sobriety at Mersey. And cheers, Jason. Cheers to all.
Dry sometime for a
then
little bit. Not permanent.
Exactly.
Unless you've got a drinking problem like Radar.
Hey, and then after that, the whole chat is just, everything else is just people shaking each other's dicks. So
you're not wrong.
I love shaking people's dicks.
I know, Greg.
Oh shit! Now Jamie's gonna make a sound wave of that.
I'll probably lose a beer or two after I said that. That's it. That is it.
Right on.
But as this ends, so begins my quest to determine what lager malt is. So,
yeah, I'm willing to bet that's a highly bullshit.
I'm just imagining Ashley Saxton with a backpack full of gear hiking up mountains in Tibet right now to beat some.
To find out the meaning of lager malt.
Tell me the secret of lager malt, please. Yeah, for the life of me. I've never even heard anyone refer to it as lager malt or refer to anything. So yeah. I mean, maybe in we're just saying this is Turkey. Maybe in Turkey, it's just what they call who knows?
I don't know.
You should take a pilgrimage to the brewery, Ashley.
I would prefer to have one from Denmark. Is that too much to ask?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Need to find an original from Denmark, because that's one thing I was seeing on some of the comments while doing my research is that a lot of people said that the Turkish version tasted a little bit different.
I'm sure.
So it'd be kind of neat to find the actual Danish version.
Yeah.
Does it have a bit more hop character to it?
I will give them props for the glare. They put the production and the expiry date on there. Yeah. So that's cool. They put both dates. Yeah, you can't even get craft breweries to do that. For fuck's sakes.
How old is everybody's cans? Mine's got a production date of August 6th, 2019. So it's up there.
Mine's from April of this year.
Mine was made on Valentine's Day of this year.
Really? Maybe there's an extra secret ingredient in yours.
Oh.
Mine
it seems a little creamier than it should.
Mine was made on March 3rd. Sorry, March 12th.
See, that could explain why I'm not getting much hop character from this thing. It's pretty well rounded off at that point.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I still don't hate it, right? So, anyway, let's go over to the scores. It's not really much of a surprise.
So Mersey Beer says regular Turdberg is everywhere in the UK. Never seen the gold, so that just sort of picks off on what Craig was saying. Oh, sorry. There's the scores.
Yeah, I've seen the green up in Ontario, but I've never this is the only one I can get here. The gold. It's just what we've always had. So, and I never realized it was actually made in Turkey. It's 9 years right now. Wow.
So Mersey Beers said hi to Craig, and they shook dicks. And then he says, "Is lager malt not Munich malt?" I don't know. That's a great question. That'd be something I would have to look up.
There's something similar between this and Munich malt, but I think Munich malt tends to be a little bit deeper, a little bit fruitier, maybe. Well, whenever I think Munich malt, I think Marzen.
Well, Munich malt definitely has it's not a caramel malt at all, but it does have a 10 Lovey bond to it, so it has undergone a little bit more process than your standard base malts. So I personally never made a beer that was 100% Munich malt because I don't see it as a base malt. But maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe it's mixed. Maybe Munich malt is. I mean, this did have a little bit more of a darker color to it than your standard lager.
Yeah, but it almost seems fits the definition of Pilsner malt, just without all the hops on it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
it's something to look into. So I appreciate the comment. There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that Tuborg glass though. That's a good glass.
It is a neat glass. Of course, like most of my pictures that I take for this thing is just a stock photo off on the internet. I got that off of the beer store website, I think.
Oh, Jesus, Nick, you should be filming this yourself,
Right.
photographing yourself.
All right, so we haven't had the magic question asked yet, so we will wait until somebody else.
There will be no beer next week. It has been canceled due to COVID.
COVID. Shut up, Greg.
Oh,
We do have a beer this week, finally, because some beers showed up to this week. It was a couple of weeks ago. I sent out some beer mails that were supposed to take like 4 or 5 days to arrive at everybody, but they instead took 2.5 weeks because of backed up shipping and with Canada Post. So the last of the beer mails arrived with everybody today, including Redbeards and Ashes.
That was yesterday.
Oh yeah, like who got theirs today? It was Ash, Dan, Guy, and Ash, Dan, Guy, and Chris.
We got a WNWB from Craig.
That's close enough. All right, so next week's beer is one that I sent to everybody. It's from Trailway here in New Brunswick. It's huge on hops. Huge on hops. Go figure, which is kind of, they call it a North American style IPA. It's very much more like, once you see it, it's very much more like a New England style because it's turbid as fuck. Redbeard's going to enjoy it.
Oh, I thought it was closer to like Ransack.
I think Ransack's even, like, you can see through Ransack.
Ransack's pretty sure Ransack used to be pretty clear before everything happened and Collective Arts had the whole flower fucking thing.
The
flower gate with Collective Arts.
Which that flower gate only exists with.
Oh, like Collective Arts flower thing.
Yeah. Someone was taking a tour and took a picture of a whole shit ton. Oh, there it is right there.
A pallet of flour.
Yeah.
I was like, why do they have flour there?
we're opening a bakery too. I swear.
We're opening a bakery making muffins with hops.
What about Five Alive Gate with Collective Arts? Anyone ever like commented on that?
What? Sorry.
What?
Five Alive, when they released the beer that was just Five Alive and vodka mixed together.
Yeah. With Delicious Fest.
5 Alive and the Liquid Fart Fest.
Yeah, Liquid Shit Fest.
Which one day we'll get Chris to open his can and taste it for us. It's gonna be delicious.
See how well it's held up. If it's vodka, it should be fine.
If he ever has that bottle share at his house, it's gonna fucking happen.
Oh yeah.
Someone to be like, no, it just happened.
Lock this up.
We'll just
I hope it does happen once COVID is over, or at least there's a Red Beard Beer Festival to fly up to, because I'd like to get up there because it's always been a tradition of mine to go up every fucking year, and it fucking pisses me off I can't go this year.
Well,
Yeah,
Nick,
man.
look at it this way: you're saving yourself some money, and next year you'll go up and
Saving money.
you'll be able to afford extra hookers and blow.
Ooh. Hookers and low.
Hookers and blow.
Hookers and low.
Hookers and blow.
You have always been unable to get as many hookers and as much blow as you wanted.
That's true. You're always complaining, guys. Niagara hookers, they're expensive. You got to go to Welland. Next year, you're gonna be able to go to
On
Niagara.
that note, thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to go offline. We're going to come back online shortly with a after chat. I want to thank Jason Patton. I want to thank Mercy Beers, Craig from Kent Beer Reviews in the after chat here. Lee, of course, can't forget him. Just looking at who else is here. Jamie was in here as the basement. And, of course, I want to thank you guys, Greg, Ashley, and Redbeard for coming on. We will
Thanks
talk
for having
to you guys in a bit, and no problem.
Hey,
Cheers
what's
to your mother.
beer? I wasn't paying attention.
What's next week's beer? That one that I sent you, Greg.
Oh, I drank it already. Fuck.
Well, I guess you're going to miss this one.
I'm filling it with water or a fake beer.